expands across a valve, the total energy remains constant. But that doesn't mean that the temperature doesn't change. When you open the valve, the change in temperature divided by the change in pressure is always constant. This constant was called the Joule-Thomson coefficient. If the Joule-Thomson coefficient is positive, then the gas expands and the temperature drops. But there are some gases that have a negative Joule-Thomson coefficient at room temperature. These gases are hydrogen, helium, and neon. That's it. This means that when the pressure drops across the valve and the gas expands, the temperature actually increases. For the temperature to increase, this means that the average kinetic energy of the gas molecules needs to increase. So they need to gain energy somehow. So where does the energy come from? Well, the energy was actually hidden within the intermolecular bonds. And when these bonds break, it releases the stored potential energy. To understand what I mean, let's begin by considering the scenario with an ideal gas. An ideal gas is similar to a collection of non-interacting particles colliding with each other, without attractive or repulsive forces between each other. But the real gases are not like little balls bumping into each other. They're more like magnets that can be attracted and repelled from each other, depending on their orientation and distance from each other. So when a gas is compressed together tightly, the gas particles will be slightly attracted to each other or repelled. This gives some potential energy. And when you release them through the valve, then they release that potential energy. What this means physically is that for helium at this temperature, the repulsive forces between the helium atoms dominate. So that when I lit them through the valve, they fly apart even with more speed than they had to begin with. So their average kinetic energy is increased. So their temperature increases.